Morning, crypto traders. Welcome to another episode of Order Block Assassin Supply and Demand Crypto Trading. My name's Chris. I am really happy to be here. Welcome to the show. So today, got some market movement going on. Things are starting to heat up in the crypto space. I've got a couple of trades on. I want to talk about how I feel about them and show you guys what I'm thinking. Show you guys where I think this will be heading. And yeah, we'll go from there. If you guys have any questions along the way, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, if you want to learn more, if you've got some charts that you want me to review, just let me know in the chat. And we can talk about those things and more. I've also got some predictions that we talked about over the last few days that have come true that we can discuss. There is a lot going on, which is fantastic. I've spent the morning over in the Onyx Discord group. For those of you who don't know what Onyx is the trading training platform that I use, where I learn everything. And I'm a coach over there. Help out the new traders who are learning to do what we do. And if you want to know more, just let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know on YouTube, and I can send you a link to sign up once I have that finished. And you can join us in our learnings, in our teachings, in our day-to-days, and you can trade off our ideas if you want to learn that way, or you can learn from scratch yourself. It's all up to you. But what I'm going to do today to start things off is just switch over to my share screen, and we'll have a look at the DXY. All right. So, what do we see here? It's pretty much doing what we were expecting it to do. We do see prices coming up a little bit. Now, I am expecting prices to come down and retest this supply zone down here. Sorry, this demand zone down here. What does this mean? Well, this is the DXY. And as the DXY goes up, generally we see crypto prices go down. And when this goes down, we see crypto prices go up. It's just a chart. Just hold on one second. I'm going to turn this music down. It's a bit loud. So using this chart, we can kind of get a finger in the air sort of feeling about where things might be heading to. You can see here, I predicted the price would retest this area again. It may come down and test this bottom area, and I expect it might even shoot up, so we could see some lower prices of Bitcoin. That could definitely happen. When? Probably in the next week or so, I suspect. Now, I do think prices will come back down. We could even see prices come and break this barrier here, and go to all new highs. Highs meaning Bitcoin prices, not the DXY. I'm expecting the DXY to test this area here pretty soon, meaning Bitcoin prices potentially going up. Especially from this zone here, we could see it come in. See, the thing with supply and demand is, and this is one of the key differences in beliefs between people who do supply and demand trading and people who do chart trading using indicators or whatever. People who believe in resistance and support. Now, one of the key things is people who say a resistance line might be this. There is a resistance line here where it's resisting to go lower. Sorry, this is a support line, where prices are being supported by this area here. Now, the theory is, for people who think this way, is that support gets greater over time, meaning the longer a price hits this, the more likely it is that it will go up. But actually, it's the opposite that's true. Support gets smaller over time. And the reason for that is liquidity. It's about liquidity. It's not about how many people are jumping in to support this price. It's about the amount of volume, the amount of liquidity, the amount of money that's getting exchanged in hands at this price here. When that liquidity dries up, when those orders in the order block dry up, well, price will shoot through and have a in this case, for Bitcoin, have a higher price. So looking at Bitcoin, where do I think this will head? We're currently trading just at the 50% line of this structure that we've been in since November. And I believe, if we look carefully here, we've had a break in structure. So price came down, price rallied, and this was happening over the Christmas New Year period. Since this last week of crypto, price has come up through here and it's broken. We've got a break here, a bullish break. So would I take a long on Bitcoin? Hell no. Why? Only because it's at the 50% line. Okay, it's too wishy-washy. It's not a good enough gamble. Well, gamble's not the right word. It's not consistent enough up here to be putting trades on, okay? We want to be putting trades in places where it's more likely that we're going to get a win. Not just because we're bullish on Bitcoin, we put a long. No, that's not quite enough. It's great to know the direction you think Bitcoin might be heading, but we're not here to gamble. We're here to make money, and the way to do that is by using an edge. Okay, so if I think Bitcoin is bullish, I think one thing you could see is Bitcoin come down and retest this particular price here. And I'll show you why I think this price. Now, I'm not setting this up for a trade, okay? I'm just looking at where it could retrace to before we go higher. I take a fib from the bottom to the top. I look at the 60% retracement mark between 60 and 70, and we could see Bitcoin come through here. You could see this. So meaning price could come up. Just it could stay in this little box, come down and test this 60% line, and then go higher. That'd be likely to see what's happening. Otherwise, option number 2, price continues testing in here until it just shoots up by itself. It doesn't have to retrace, but it could. So those are the things I think could happen on Bitcoin. So the trades that I'm in right now, I'm in a Chili's trade. In hindsight, maybe it wasn't the best trade of my life. They happen. Why was this trade not the best? Well, looking back on it, I wanted to be in on Chili's. Chili's is at the bottom of its structure, you see. It's in the discount zone. And I tried to get in on this trade here. In this lower trade here, but we didn't quite hit that bottom yet. Now we still could. It still could happen. Chili's could come down through this area here and pick up a bottom trade. I don't think it will though. I think this is a fantastic area for Chili's to bounce off and continue its structure. So bearing in mind that I was planning on being in this trade, and this trade had already gone off, I found this area here, which is a breaker block, and seems to have high confluence that we've broken through the structure. Right here, there's been a big break in structure. So I am bullish, and this breaker block seemed like a very good place to pick up a trade. Why? If I take a fib from the bottom to the top. Oh, okay. I could have done better, to be honest. I could have done way better. But we all make mistakes. Potentially, this trade here is a much better trade. Much better trade. But decision was made. I took this breaker block because I wanted to get in on this one. I feel like Chili's is going to retest this zone and then jump. However, I have a backup plan too. My backup plan is, if I'm wrong here, if it breaks through this stop here, it's potentially going to hit this one here. So I may lose this trade, which in my view is a lovely return on investment. I may lose that one, but I'll pick up this one here, which is sitting in the 60 to 70% zone. Right where I want it. That's the sweet spot, 60 to 70%. I like to have backup plans. And lastly, this one down here, which more likely will be stopping there for a 13 risk to reward ratio. So 3 potential plans there for Chili's. Why am I trading on Chili's. Well, Chili's is, I think it was in the top 20 of traded coins in the last 24 hours. XRP, Solana, Litecoin. Let's load some more. Man, BNB's dropped a lot today in terms of volume. Chili's number 16. 16 on the chart. Looks to me like people are buying in. Oh, wait, we'll wait and see. Alright, the next trade, the next coin that I'm in right now is Link. Similar thing. Link, I think, is an even stronger potential trade. Why? Because we are sitting here at the bottom of the Link chart. And Bitcoin to me is looking bullish. So I almost got triggered in on this trade here. So close. That was my trade. Price came down. It just didn't pick up my order there. Had it picked up my order, I'd be pretty happy right now. I probably would have taken partial profits at this point here. If that had got picked up. But it didn't. But it did have a nice bullish run. We had higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and we got an equal low. So I had decided to take a long here. Why? Potentially, well, now that this has become a equal low, I do need to keep in mind that we do have stops sitting right here. And one of the stops is mine. Only my stop is quite low. My stop is down here. I left it quite long just in case, just for this reason. If I get stopped out, my bottom trade will get picked up. However, if I do get stopped out and the price is coming lower, I'm probably gonna think about if I even want to enter in this trade or not. If I do get stopped out, because that would be the second time that we've hit this order block, third time really. And if I do get stopped out, I would have expected a higher reaction of this price here. And if I do get stopped out, I know I've said that a few times, but if it does happen, yeah, look, it's probably not a trade I want to be in. So we'll see how we go there. Now, if I look over at ETH, I took a look at this yesterday. ETH is looking nice. My idea for ETH is to come up and take a short, potentially nearing the top of the structure. Now, there is a spot here at a 70% retracement, but I'm not going to be picking that up straight off the bat. I'm not going to be trying to predict where it's going to fail and have a swing failure. What I will be doing is watching the price come up into these areas of interest for me and just seeing if we're going to actually reach a new high, or if we do have a swing failure, that's when I'm going to jump in somewhere in these zones and take a short. But for ETH, for me right now, I'm not going to be trying to predict anything, because there's an area here and there's potential area. Is it a short? It's a long. Potential area right here. Which one I'll take? Look, it really depends. I mean, I could put both on. Get a nice 3-to-1 right there. So I'll leave those on. I'll wait and see the price action as it comes up. If Bitcoin's looking ultra bullish, I may not short. We will see. We will see. Long-term picture for Bitcoin, I'm expecting it to try and test these top levels again, for sure, in the next near future. And by that I mean in the next coming weeks or days. I'm thinking we'll see it come up. But who knows? Who knows? This is all random, and my gibberish is just random gibberish. Only thing that matters is what the charts tell us. Alright, so what other coins can we look through? I wanted to show you KNC. Now, we didn't make this trade yesterday. Or the other day when I did stream, this was an example. And I wanted to show you guys what would happen if I did this paper trade. See, in my view, at the time, KNC had come down into this zone of interest for me, this bottom of its structure, but Bitcoin was looking bearish as hell at that time. So this was, what was it, 17th of December. If you go back to Bitcoin, the 17th of December, right here, it had just fallen. And here, it went down to this zone here. it wasn't looking great. And because it wasn't looking great, and because we were at the bottom of the structure, I didn't like what KNC was doing. And it struggled to keep this price. It's broken through, which means a new structure will be forming. So I won't be looking at any KNC trades while this new structure is forming. It needs time. Got to let it develop. Now, ETC. I was looking to take a long. I didn't get triggered into this one. That was an idea that I had. We had a strong move up. And I was hoping we'd come in and retest this for an even bigger move up. It may still happen. It may still happen. So that's definitely one that I'm looking at. It's at the bottom of the structure. It's in discounted prices. And it looks like an exceptional trade if it triggers me in. So that's something exciting to watch out for. XRP, I would have had this. You can see here, had the idea, but I wasn't paying attention when it happened. I didn't actually put that trade on. It was just an idea, and it happened very quickly. I would have been out of this trade already, by the way, guys. I would have taken profits up here, for sure. Would I put this trade on again? It's tough to say. One of the reasons why I'm in the Chili's trade, and one of the reasons why I'm in the, what other trade was it? Link. It was Link and Chili's. Is because we've already hit that bottom, and we've already bounced off it with a bullish move up. That's why I'm in those ones. Could they fail? Absolutely, these could fail. And that's why I'm watching the Bitcoin price quite closely today. For, what were we looking at? What was it? What were we talking about? XRP. For XRP, we haven't hit that bottom yet. Hasn't really come down. It's sort of, we had this vampire mosquito wick come down and take some of that liquidity, which is great. Now, when I say I would have taken profits, I would have taken half profits. So I'd still be in this trade for half a trade. And I would have set my my stop to break even. So this particular order block, we've hit it once, hit it twice, hit it 3 times, 4 times. And on the 5th time, we've had a bit of a reaction here. Yeah, look, it's got me worried about XRP. Because as I was saying before, liquidity tends to drain out of your order block over time. And we've hit this order block a few times. I'm not going to be putting on another XRP order for the moment. Unless I see it come down and react, yeah, I'm gonna wait and see on this one. Because I think that liquidity, it's nearly all dried up in my view. And look, you can see that the points that we've come down and touched this order block have increased from this one to here that's increased. Which means there's more pressure to come in and take that liquidity and less orders to fulfill that liquidity. So I'm wary of XRP right now. Solana, I missed that trade there. That was a lovely trade and I missed it. Again, I was not paying attention over the Christmas New Year period. Having some well-deserved time off, but that was a order I would have definitely taken. And it did well. It reacted well. Where are we with Sol right now? We are right in the middle of the range. I want to redraw these lines here because I don't know how accurate they are. To show you exactly what I do when I'm trying to figure out if we are in premium prices or discounted prices, I use a ruler. It's so simple. A line down the middle, premium prices on top, discounted prices on the bottom. If you want to go a step further, which I do for some coins, I break it down even further. I do premium prices. I give myself like 3, what would you call these? 3 zones. And we'll do it again down the bottom. Why do I want 3 zones? Helps me out, especially with some of these coins that have been in a pattern for a long time. Because you can then say, you know what, it hasn't, like, this is a structure within a structure. Like this structure here from December until now, that's 20 days. That's 20 days we've been in this structure. So you can still make smaller choices, perhaps with smaller risk rates. But then you can scroll back and you have a look at the bigger picture. So right now we are entering into premium prices for Sol. If Sol breaks through this area here, which it nearly did, and it probably will within the next couple of days, I suspect, we should be able to pick up a good short on Sol's top of the range here. We are still in a very, very bearish market. I know I say bullish sometimes, which is fine. Just because I'm bullish on the price today doesn't mean I'm bullish on the overall market. I'm not feeling very good about the crypto market right now in terms of where it's going. I'm feeling quite bullish, bearish on this price overall. But we can still have bull runs to push the prices to the tops of our structures for sure. Man, that song's pretty cool. I like that. All right, so for Sol, yeah, I'll be waiting to take this short. That looks like a nice opportunity there. What I like about Sol in particular is these are big movements. There's a lot of volume there. That's a lot of profit, potentially. All right, some of the other ones we're looking at. Atom. Now you can see here I did this trade last week. This is one of the first trades I've lost in a while. I was expecting the price to come into my zone back from. I was coming down from there. I expected it to come into there and then drop. But as you can see here, well, we lost this one. Price decided to go up into these upper areas. So I'm not doing any trade on Atom at the moment until price comes into that premium zone to pick up a short for me, because these are premium prices up here. So I am still bearish on this one. I'm just going to wait for the price to come up, take these stops that are here, and let me take it all the way back down. TRX sitting right in the middle. Not a zone I'm going to be taking any trades on. Potential areas that I'm looking at, well, you could have put a trade on right here. You could have. You can see here, this is a particular zone that I had prepared. Prices come up and retested this zone once, twice, and on the third time had a reaction. A short here would have been great. Unfortunately, I didn't put that one in. I was waiting on a higher price, which didn't happen this time. Now the price could easily come back up, retest this. I won't take it if it retests it again. I'm looking for the first big reaction only. I think it could potentially break through here and try to hit the top of the charts again. All right. What other coins have we got? Let's take a look through my list. These are just the coins that I've been looking at the most lately. Now BNB has had a lot of volume lately, which has been great to see. Where is it right now? It's at the 50% zone, not a really tradable zone. I am waiting for this D to go down or back up. You can see based on my blue lines are what I am anticipating, and it's pretty much done what I've been anticipating so far. It bounced from there and it came back up with left stops. So now we're just going to wait for that price to take those stops and do something with them. OP, I've seen a lot of guys in our Discord group, not a lot, but a few, make some great profits of OP. What do I think I can do here? Not much. We can see here that stops were created right here and they've been taken. There's nothing really there that I want to trade until the price comes up into premium zones. First zone that I'm anticipating is right here. We've had a price reaction off this order block before. So potentially you could put one there, but reactions kind of slow down over time. So we might not see a huge reaction off this. It may go through to test these higher up prices, which I'd love to see. I just don't think I'm going to. Well, let's check the top 20s. Just give me one sec. Got a friend who messaged me. Give me one sec, guys. Alright, let's check top 20, see if we've missed any coins. We've looked at XRP, we've looked at Solana. We haven't looked at Lite. Let's take a look at Litecoin. I've seen a few guys in our Discord do well off Litecoin lately. Alright. This is looking pretty cool, actually. This particular structure, it is a little confusing with this structure. So price came down, forming the new structure down here. It's difficult to say whether this would be the top or not of this new structure. It could be. It could be the top. But I've gone off the structure from here. So my structure started up here and went all the way down here. Close enough. So we are in premium prices right now. I had some trade ideas right here, which probably need to be revisited now. All right, so for Litecoin, sitting in premium prices, we've had a rally, we've had a base, and we've had a drop. Drop that has left this massive, big supply zone right here. It's already been tapped into. It's been tapped into once. Twice. I have a feeling it could get tapped into again. And the next time might be the time it reacts. What I don't like about this particular trade is I have to get it quite low. I have to get this quite down to be a 3-to-1. And it's going to struggle to get past here, which only gives me a 2.18, which is not within my rule set. So I need a 3 risk to reward ratio to take a trade. What can I do? We could potentially lower the stop loss here, potentially. But you can see here the price structure that we had at the top. This was the peak, and it'd be lovely if we retested that again, and that could happen too. So maybe we could change this idea. If we took that as the order block. In fact, let me just delete everything else, just for now. Just so we can clear this out. Because we're already kind of flirting with this top here. We're already sitting there, sitting right at the top. We could potentially go and test this higher order block. Now, if that's the case, we would take a short at 50% of the range. And that was the bottom of the structure that I wanted to target. I could move my entry point up. Give me a 3.5. Let's go for a 3.5. Let's be greedy. We don't need to be in the trades. Trades are great. We make money, but we lose money. We don't need to be in them. I only want to be in them if it's on my own terms. That looks like a pretty solid trade to me. What do you guys think? What I love about these tops and bottom of the structures is if you can grab them and you can get a great price, a great entry price, you can take it all the way at the bottom. So this is potentially a 6 return, a 6 risk to reward ratio, which is great. But I'm only going to take it if I can target a zone that is likely to hit and give me a 3. Even better, I can reduce my stop loss on this one slightly and get really, really greedy with this. Let's make it a 5. Now that I'm going to take. All right, so what do I need for this trade to come into fruition? I need the price to come up to the top of this structure. All right, and then I need the price to drop. Will the price be dropping? Well, I'm bullish on my other trades. So we've taken longs here, right? We're bullish on these trades. Bullish on Bitcoin at the moment. Yes, it could teeter around here and it could drop down to this part and then it could go higher. But I need to make a short on Bitcoin. Like, I need to be bearish on Bitcoin for this Litecoin trade to be valid. So we'll leave it there as an idea. Not going to put this trade on the system right now. This is an idea that I'll have, and as the price comes up, if I feel bearish on Bitcoin, I'll be taking this trade for sure. However, if I'm feeling bullish on Bitcoin, I'll leave this. And I'll take Litecoin at a higher up because it could potentially, what we could see here, it could break through, causing a new high, and we could do something like this. Potentially that can happen. So we're going to wait and see for this idea. Remember, we have rules. Go over these rules again, hey? Oops. That's not the rules. Where are my rules? Rule number 1. Shorts at premium prices, longs at discounted prices. Well, up here would be a premium price for a short. So rule number 1 would be satisfied. Rule number 2. Where is my rule number 2? Come on. Got too many tabs open. Never trade at 50% of the Bitcoin range. Or any other coin range. This is not 50%. So satisfies rule number 2. Rule number 3. Don't go against the Bitcoin bias. And this is the rule I need to satisfy for this one. Alright, we don't go against the Bitcoin bias. My bias for Bitcoin is bullish right now. I think Bitcoin could break through here. We've already broken through the structure here. I think we're going to go higher. Which is great because could potentially, if it is going higher, is going to lock in my Litecoin trade. Great. But I need to see Bitcoin have a swing failure before I'm going to take a short at the top of a range. That's my thinking. That's my thinking here. Alright, so rule number 3, we failed there. Rule number 4. Must target the next order block. And my return on that target needs to be 3 or above. So the next order block down, well, realistically, I mean, honestly, the next order block down is this one. And there's no way you can get a 3 on that. But this is a structure that's formed just below the order block. I think that we're not going to leave a huge, big supply or demand here from the move. I think we can probably target this one here, and we get a 3 on that. So it satisfies rule number 4. Rule number 5, stop loss must be 25% of my order block. Yeah, it is. Definitely is. Satisfies that. And rule number 6, we need to be targeting at least 60% retracements. Ah, man, I wish I'd read my rules the other day when I put that trade on, because that last rule I completely forgot. If we were to target up here, this would be 100% retracement. So this is definitely fulfilling rule number 6. So all but one rule on this one is not quite aligned yet. So I'm going to wait. And see. I think this price will come up. I think Bitcoin will push it up. But it's either going to be here that I take the trade, or potentially it could be a short up here. Both ideas I think are pretty good. And Litecoin is now on my watch list for sure. So look at that one. We can target that order block and get a 3.1 risk to reward ratio, which is exactly where we want it to be. So Litecoin, watching you now. You can see here my trades this morning. Oh, not looking great for Chile, but Link's doing well. How are we doing, Chile? Earlier this morning, my Chile trade was up. What's going on? Yeah, I was saying this wasn't the best trade. It wasn't the best trade, that's for sure. Why? Because of the nature of where I put this trade on. Because of the size of this order block, which was tiny. It meant I didn't have a lot of breathing room. And it's not something I wouldn't recommend taking trades with very small breathing room. This is potentially why. And breaker blocks are not always the strongest place to target a trade, right? They're not always the strongest. but I felt like it was good. I felt like the price was going to come down into this breaker block, so I was right about that. I was right where it came down, but it looks like it's going to break through that stop loss. And my stop loss for this trade is $20, which is a lot less than my risk. What I'm trying to say here, it's a lot less than my risk profile even asked for. My current risk is $30, and I've risked $20 on this one. So this is a 2% risk trade versus my usual 3% risk trade. If you're targeting an area that you're not particularly sure about, if it's a breaker block, if it's not the strongest trade, but you feel like you want to get in on a trade simply because you're already in a trade, like what am I trying to say here? I was planning on taking a Chili's trade down here. I missed that opportunity. That's fine. I still am bullish, so I tried to pick an area that I thought I could pick up on the trade using this breaker block. It could still potentially move up very, very fast, so it could still do that. We'll wait and see. If this does break through, if it breaks through my stop loss here, I've got this order right here, and I'm going to make this down into here. What I like about the trade below, it's a much better trade, honestly. This is the trade I should really have waited for. Reason being, on my fib, we've done a fib from the bottom to the top. I'll do it again, just so you can see. This is what I should have done last night, but in my haste, I forgot a step. All right, fib from the bottom to the top. Looking for a 70% retracement between this 60 and 70%, anywhere in this zone. Where are we? Anywhere in this zone here is what we're looking for. A discount on that price. And we need to make sure that from this price here, we can get a 3-to-1 on the closest big supply or demand area. So can we do that on this area here? Can we bring our, oops, get back. Can we bring our stop loss to the bottom? Yeah, we can. Look at that. We can get a 3-to-1 easily at the top of this demand zone here. So that's a reasonable trade. I like it. I think I've already got this in the system, do I? Let's double check. Chili's open long. You know, I just want to redo this one. So I think I've actually meddled with the price a little bit. So I'll quickly put this one in here. This will give you an opportunity to see exactly how we put these on. Okay, so profit levels. Let's talk about them for a second. My profit level is very high. However, I am planning on taking partial profits at the 3. So at the top of this demand zone we talked about. Sorry, this supply zone. At the top of this supply zone, I'll be taking half my profits off the table. And I'll be setting my stop loss to this point here. So it'll be a winning trade no matter what I do at that point. All right, so we're going to do a long. Take profit will be $224. Stop level. Now, my risk is $30. If you look at my spreadsheet, my current account balance, $976, gives me $29.28 as risk. At the moment, at this order cost size of $44, my risk size will be $22. So I can actually increase this probably to 50. No, even bigger, 55. Yeah, $59 does it. It'll mean a profit of $300 potentially, probably $170 if I take profits at 50%. So I'm going to pop this long in, and the reason why we have 2 longs on Chili's is simply because this is just my style. This is my style of trading. I have a backup plan. In this case, we got 3 plans. If one of these plans hits, and look, in my view, Chili's is not really at risk at the moment. With my current view, my current bias in Bitcoin, Chili's is not really at risk of breaking through these and all 3 trades breaking through. And even if they did, because of my risk management that I've got, it's not going to hurt me too much. I'm risking $20 here. If you can't sleep because you're risking $20, well, maybe you shouldn't be trading. But even as my account size grows, if my account size was $10,000, each of these would be risking only what, $200 each for a potential payout of $2,000 or $3,000. I only need, remember guys, I only need a 50% win rate. 50% win rate, and I make profits. And the reason for that is because each of these trades has a minimum payout of 3 to 1. So you can do the maths there. If I win 50% of the time, but I make 3 times my investment every single time I win, then we're fine. Now my coach has somewhere between a 60 to 64% win rate. I'd love to have that. I'm working towards that. We're at about 50 right now. All right. Any other coins that I may have missed? We've looked at Solana. We've looked at Light. I'm not going to bother with Dodge. Obviously, WETH is not a coin we can trade. Ethereum. We've looked at Shiba. I'm not going to be doing degen coins. DAI. Is that even a coin? I don't even know what DAI is. You don't know what DAI is? You even have a chart for it? It's not on my list. Is it even? I don't even think it's a tradable coin on Bybit. Let's have a look. No. All right. What else we got? BNB. We've looked at Cardano, ADA. Let's have a look. Yeah, look, we are working on this structure now. The new structure is developing in front of our eyes. It's not a big structure. It's quite small, to be honest. That's what she said. All right, top to bottom. I mean, according to this tiny little structure, we are in premium prices. But it's pretty yucky. I mean, I don't see a lot of opportunity here to be trading on this at all, honestly. Good news is it has looked like it's broken through this supply zone here. So if we're looking at what's actually going on, prices dropped from here, leaving a supply of coins. It tapped into that once, and it had a good reaction. Came down and retested these lower prices down here. And we've come up and broken through. I think we're going to see higher prices on ADA, which is great news. Where could we go? Well, it's going to be tough to get through here. Really, really tough. I haven't seen a single coin in the last 6 months come and retest the higher structure. I can't wait to see that. I've never been in a bullish market before. All of my trading has been done in a bearish market. So I'm looking forward to a bull run, but I can't see it happening anytime soon. I don't think we're going to easily test this zone. Most likely, my guess, and this is just a guess, most likely is this will be the top for ADA. That tiny little gap there. Yeah, I can't see it really getting past there too easily. So you could potentially do a short there, depending on our bias of Bitcoin at the time. This, if you look here at this microstructure we've got here, it does actually look extremely familiar. What does it look like? Look at that. Do you guys see the similarity there? Let me bring that closer. Look at that. Am I seeing things, or does that look exactly the same to you? One of the reasons why I love crypto. What does Nick say? Starts with F. The fractal nature of price. It's cool. All right, so that's ADA. Tron. I was looking at Tron for a while the last few weeks. Tron. Using my ADA tab. TRX. It's up the top of my list right now because I saw potential. Oh, damn, I wish I got in on that one. I'm pretty sure a few of the guys in our Discord group got this trade. Congrats to those guys. Hindsight is always fantastic, but this would have been a great trade to make. Not sure why I didn't see it, but this happens all the time. Like you'll see people seeing something you didn't see. You would take it down to there for a 3.5, and you'd probably let it run right now. No, I'd be taking full profits right now. I can see why I didn't go in on this because I wasn't bearish at the time. What was this? This was the 4th of January. Oh, I may have been bearish on the 4th. What was Bitcoin doing on the 4th? Yeah, Bitcoin was coming up. From here, this is what happened on the 4th. This is why I didn't jump in. Because Bitcoin broke, I was thinking it was very bullish. And so I didn't take a short on Tron. That's why. From here, Tron is sitting at 50% of the range, so not tradable. It is in the top half, so this line here is the half that delegates. Well, I don't know English. But this line here is 50%. So below here is discounted prices, and above here is premium prices. Above this line here is premium prices. So what does this mean? We are currently between normal prices and premium prices. Not something I'd be looking to take a trade on at this area, but I will definitely look for a short up here. And I think what we're going to see, if I draw a picture, I think we're going to see Tron do this kind of thing. And I think we could potentially, hopefully, maybe see a higher high. We'll see. And something like this. That's what I'm expecting. What else we got? Polygon. What's that one? Dot, right? Let's have a look at some dot. Falling knife. It's already broken through that supply zone that I mentioned last stream. Not looking great for dot. I am not looking to enter this market unless we hit this bottom a few times and you show me a structure. If you can show me a structure, I'll be interested. But right now, that's looking grim as hell for dot. I think we're going to see lower prices. Will it take a short? Not really, no. I mean, I know when you're starting off and you're looking at the perpetual markets, I know it seems like if you could just jump in at a falling coin at the right moment, you know, you get a huge win. It doesn't really work that way because the markets are random. You know, this particular randomness is not something I want to get in on. I only want to get in on trades where I have a higher potential to win. So in areas where, for one, I can get my 3-to-1, and for two, it's tested them before, and it's likely to test them again. We don't know if the price is going to come up to here, and we don't know if it's going to test these lower prices or go through. Like, you just cannot tell with a falling knife. It's just not worth the risk. All right. Chainlink. Oh, we looked at Link. What's Avalanche? I haven't seen that one on here before. But volumes are starting to get quite low. Oh, AVAX. I should have known that. If it hasn't struck you by now, I don't follow coins. I'm not here to tell you what's in the technology behind each of these coins. I don't care. I don't care what they do or how they do it. I'm not someone who's going to be sitting here shilling crypto to you. I don't believe it's our future. Well, I don't care if it is or not, to be honest. I am here to trade. By trading, what do I mean? Here we go. Let me straighten these up. I'm here to look at supply and demand. How much other people want to sell this and how much other people want to buy it for. That's all. Alright, so looking at AVAX, sorry, just the perfectionist in me wanted to make those straight. Okay. We were in the bottom of a structure, and we broke through that bottom, forming this new structure. This new structure, well, doesn't look as clean as usual. Usually when a coin forms a new structure, it usually goes a lot deeper and has a whole new structure here. This one hasn't broken that far. So what does that mean for me? Well, I think it could break further. Not something I really want to get in on. Again, starting to look like a falling knife here. We did, at one point, between June and October, we had a nice forming structure here. But it just collapsed. Support collapsed. We were ranging for a bit. I'm not particularly fond of this particular type of structure at all, realistically. Would I take a short? Potentially, because we do have a semi-structure up here. If we do see higher prices, if the price does come up to this level here, I would, yeah, I'd be looking for a short in these two zones here and here, these top two zones. From the top to the bottom now, 70% retracement would take us up into here. But you could, it might not even make it up that far. It might not even come to that far to take the short. So, assuming this was the same bias as Bitcoin. Alright, I'm not saying I'm going to put these on. These are just trade ideas. You get a 3 risk to reward ratio there. And from here, you get a 3 at that same zone. Yeah, there's the potential ideas there for AVAX. But I mean, the volume is quite low on AVAX, honestly. We need coins of high volume, because those are the coins where smart money is more likely to come and play. And smart money is how we make money. Alright, so how's my chili trade gone? Yeah, we'll let it go. We'll see how it reacts. We are still reacting in this breaker block here. So if the next few hours, if we don't see a big reaction coming in off this breaker block, I'll probably just call it. I'll probably do a market order and just close this trade down, and look for this better entry price right here. Mistakes were made, but look, when we trade, it's not always clean, okay? We don't always do the best trades. What we try and do is, when we have made a mistake, review our rules so that we don't make that mistake again. And to be clear, the mistake that I did make was I forgot to fib. I should have used my fib. And you got my fib right here. My rule says, which rule number is it? Rule number 6. Oops, where did it go? Where was it? I was in Chile. Rule number 6 of my 6 rules. The targeting order block that I target must be at least a 60% retracement. How do I get retracement? We use a fib from the bottom of the structure to the top that we're looking to retrace from. And I should have been targeting at least a 60%. Instead, I've gone to a 50% here. Why? Well, honestly, I actually remember doing a fib. I remember doing the fib. I must have been half asleep when I did it. And I must have done it wrong, because I thought this was 60%. And looking at this, it's clearly not. 50 maybe. I mean, I get away with 50, but my rule says 60. So, actually, and that's exactly why I was targeting this area here. But I'm going to go deeper. I'm going to look for a better trade. If this breaks through, I'm going to look for a far better trade. But anyway, that's it for me today, guys. I will be on later on tonight if there is movement, if anything exciting happens. But for now, I'm going to let these trades run, and I'm going to go enjoy life. So I will catch you on my next stream. See you guys.